Okay, today on Jill of All Trades, I'm going to rehab this toddler bed I found on the side of the road. The reason these things get thrown out sometimes is because they're not put together all that well, and so they tend to fall apart over time. So we're going to rebuild this one and rehab it and make it stronger than it was before. First thing I did was take the pieces inside the house and clean them up a little bit. I just threw them in my shower and rinsed them off. Now I'm going to start working first on the side rails. You can see where this has a little slot here and these little holes. I'm assuming that this had slats in it at one point, and they probably had little ends that fit into the holes. I could rebuild it that way, but I think I have a better way to do it that's going to make it a little stronger. So the first thing I'm going to do is run a cleat, what we call a cleat, down each side of the rail, and it's going to give us a little more space, wood, for the bedding to rest on. So I'm going to start with that. To do that, I first have to get this wet, and I'm going to actually glue it and screw it, but we'll start with the glue. All right, so let's flip that and lay it on. I want to make sure that I don't cover that hole, because I need that to put the hardware together. So I'm trying to keep this cleat that we're adding on lined up right here with this edge. And so I'm going to drill. And we'll drive our screw in. All right, now with our screws in, we need to clean up the glue that's kind of squeezed out of there. So that just takes a second. If I had to, I could clean it up afterwards once it's dry. It's a whole lot easier to do while it's still wet. Okay, now we've got the cleat screwed onto the side rails. We're going to do the same thing to the headboard and the footboard. So I've got to try to line this up with where the hardware is going to go and figure out where that cleat would be, and it's going to be right about there. Okay, so I marked that with the side rail, and that gets us to about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches there. We'll do a couple of them. So same process. We're going to put a cleat on the headboard and the footboard, same way we did the other. Dampen it, glue it, drill it, and screw it. All right, now that I have my cleats on the side rails and on the headboard and the footboard, now I have to think about putting it all together. So to do that, I've got these little furniture part nuts that drop down in these holes. And this is a screw that will go through the headboard and footboard. I just want to drop these in and test them all to make sure they're going to go together when I need them to. All right, we got one in. Let's see if we can get that other one lined up. That's the tricky part. All right, nice and tight. So now I'm going to fit my 1/2 inch plywood into the slot. And slide that in. Now with our plywood in place, we're going to mount the footboard, attaching it the same way that the headboard was. Oh, look at that. Nice tight fit. I love it. It feels very solid. All right, we still have a little bit of work to do. Next time around, I'm going to show you how I'm going to reinforce it so it's even stronger, and we have a little bit of patching and painting to do. But in the meantime, the toddler bed is together. There you have it on Jill of All Trades.